This is my 2020 Zero SRF. As you can see, if you saw the last video, I got my vinyl all done up. I got my Zero emblems. I got my American flag and my name on there. But also you can see that it is absolutely covered in dirt. So much dirt. So I'm gonna go get some detail spray and give this thing a good spray down, because you're really not supposed to hose them down. You can, you just gotta watch the electrical bits. So I needs a good wipe down, so we're gonna go and get some detail spray. Hello everybody, coming at you with all my might. It is Smite. How you guys doing today? If this is your first time here, I want to thank you for clicking on the video or clicking for sound. I post 3 times a week, up to 3 times, so you might get a random Zero video, but most of the time I'm on my GS and or my KTM. So I'm off of work today, I got some stuff to do later on in the day, but I figured I'd get out and try to get some cleaner for this thing. Because I just want something, a quick spot that's safe on the vinyl here. I've been riding this back and forth to work for the most part. So that's why we're at 61% charge. It's not a huge deal. I've been wanting to do so many videos on this thing, but I don't have the time. I really don't have the time. I basically just get on it, go back and forth to work, and that's about it. And plus, you know, it's starting to get colder here. It's 50 degrees right now. Normally I would be wearing my heated gear, but I have other stuff to do and didn't feel like getting all dressed up in my heated gear. So I'll probably just freeze. But it is what it is. I'll tell you what, having an electric vehicle really has opened my eyes to the ignorance in the world, that is for sure. There's just so much of ignorance on electric vehicles in general and the battery life. And first of all, I don't think Big Gas is just going to sit back and let EVs take over. So you want to spread a lot of misinformation about EVs. But your average person, let's do a wheelie here. Nope, I messed up. Your average person, getting the ABS on there, locking up the rear, doesn't even go that far to work. I mean, this bike has a range of about 80 miles on the highway. And that is setting it to 70 and going. Well, I mean, my commute round trip is 11 miles. So that's insignificant to the amount of charge that I have. Oops. My bad. Every red light is a race light. But I will say there are some things that are true about EVs that people say. You know, people don't hear you. Now, we're talking pedestrians. For the most part, people can't hear motorcycles and cars. Especially if you have any sort of radio going or anything like that. I mean, the day I got it, the guy that unloaded it off of the truck for me, he said the same thing. They just don't make noise. Nobody will hear you. Nobody hears you to begin with. Sound travels out of the motorcycle, not forward. You can hear a motorcycle leaving. You cannot hear it coming in a car, for the most part. And I'm saying this from experience too, because I literally drive for a living. I could tell you, I don't hear motorcycles. I see motorcycles. I do not hear them. And that's because I drive a rickety old vehicle that has a fan instead of like an internal fan. You know, it has like a little fan. And the thing makes so much noise, you can't hear anything out of it. So I can only imagine if someone's in an actual sealed vehicle with their music, with the air conditioner on, you're not going to hear a motorcycle. So, I mean, the thing is you just have to be extra vigilant, regardless if your motorcycle makes sound or not. Now, like I said, pedestrians do not hear you coming. Now, you have to use the horn, and my dad had the same thing. He took it out, and around here on the college, kids just walked right out in front of them. Now, college kids are a unique creature in and of themselves, because they're always listening to music with their fancy AirPods and walking out the street while they're texting. I also delivered in a college town too, so I had a lot of experience with that. And I'll tell you what, LLVs make a horrendous noise, so there's no way you can't hear that. I mean, they could have the same argument for loud pipes save lives if you've ever heard an LLV. But I've also had kids walk out in front of me on one of those, and that's a big white truck, you know. It's, well, big is a relative term, but even this thing, you can't hear it coming at you. My dad was coming down my back alley, and I was looking at the bike, and I'm like, holy crap, you can see it obviously because, you know, the big bright headlight and stuff like that, but you can't hear it coming. But you can hear it going away because you can hear the brake ticking, the rear brake and stuff like that. But it's just, that's just how sound works. I have met some people that really do appreciate what this actually is and understand what it is, because most people, the first thing they ask is how far can you go on it. And when you say, I mean, I give them the limit, the lowest number I can give them, because that's the most realistic. If you're gonna ride it like a real motorcycle, that's what you're gonna get out of it. But as soon as you say that, they're like, oh, I would never buy one of those. I can't do that. Like, I don't really know a whole bunch of people off of the top of my head that get on sport bikes and, you know, ride for hundreds of miles. It's generally not a thing you do on a sport bike. You zip around town, you go to the track or something like that. Not 300-mile days. Now, you can do 100 miles on it. I personally don't want to, but, you know, that's just me. All right, so I got some stuff here. We're gonna throw it in the trunk. I like having a trunk. I hope it'll fit. That's why I picked bottles that would fit. So I got some Chemical Guys detailer spray, and make sure that's off. And then I got some of this stuff. It's like a protectant crap. So we're gonna just throw that in here, and it fits. Hooray! Just like that. Boom. We're all set.